But overall, I love this album, and I find myself falling more in love with it with each re-listen. Now watch her win Album of the Year next year for this. Did I or did I not call it last year? Hey yo! So last night, or this past Sunday, February the 2nd, depending on when you're watching this, was the 67th Annual Grammy Awards. And needless to say, we had some big wins this year for the culture, and I really do mean big wins. So let me not dawdle around here. Let me just get into it. Before I do that, Associated Press, that shit with Babyface was super disrespectful. Y'all need to do better. In my video last year about last year's Grammys, I expressed my disdain, if you will, at the Grammys for their mistreatment of the hip-hop categories. At year 50, they decided to celebrate the culture for all the contributions it's made to music, pop culture, and society as a whole. And then at year 51, they decided to not televise any of the rap categories on the main show. I think it's safe to say that the Grammys did right by hip-hop this time around, and it started with Doechii winning Best Rap Album. Not only was this well-deserved, but it was damn near poetic. I don't even know where to start to even explain this. The fact that Cardi B was the presenter of that award was the perfect place to start, seeing how she was the last woman to win in that category in 2019. And she's who I would say the catalyst for what we're seeing in hip-hop right now. The reason why I say that is because, without going too deep into a deep dive, when Cardi B stepped into the game when a certain someone took a break from releasing new music, it kickstarted a renaissance. A new wave of women in rap started to shine on the big stage, and it wasn't just 10 years of one person. I say all that to say that in this renaissance, one artist that started to pave her path to this moment was Doechii. Doechii had some good looks in her career. Her verse on Isaiah Rashad's What You Said, her SZA co-signed joint Persuasive, her platinum hit What It Is sans Block Boy. But last year when she dropped Alligator Bites Never Heals, not only was it an excellent showing of her skills, her talent, and her versatility as an artist, it made her undeniable as a top rapper in the game. Is it a mixtape? Yes, it is. But who gives a f? It was fantastic. In the last few years, hip-hop has been dominated by women. Lotto, Glorilla, Flo Milli, Doja Cat, Megan Thee Stallion, Sexy Red, and many others that are helping to push the culture forward. So Doechii winning in this category not only helps to embolden that as a fact, but it's also a middle finger to the goofies who were on Twitter talking about, oh, she makes Harriet Tubman music a few months ago. And then as an added bonus, after she won that award and gave that amazing and emotional speech with her mom by her side, she went on to perform and show the entire world why she deserved that. Clock that. Wow, that was way too sassy. And while I'm at it, shouts out to Rhapsody for winning her first Grammy for Best Melodic Rap Performance, further illustrating the point that black women are dominating in hip-hop.
Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone go hand him a Grammy right now.
If anything from Drake's Family Matters aged well, it's that line right there, cause yo. This was another example of the Grammys doing right by hip-hop last night. Kendrick won not one, not two, not three, not four, 5 Grammys last night for Not Like Us. Among them, Record of the Year and Song of the Year. In a Canadian tuxedo too. What a real-life supervillain. Not Like Us won over the likes of Birds of a Feather by Billie Eilish, Fortnite by Taylor Swift, Please 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 and Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter, Texas Hold'em by Beyoncé. I will get to her in a minute. Those were all big records, no question, especially Espresso by Sabrina Carpenter. But to say that they were bigger than Not Like Us would be inaccurate. Last year, the entire world was watching as 2 of the biggest rappers in hip-hop right now went head-to-head. I went to see Pink Panthers during that time, and before the show even started, people in the audience were talking about the rap drama between Kendrick Lamar and Drake. Hip-hop has always predicated itself on the spirit of competition, and despite where this beef ended up going, what came out of it was the cultural phenomenon that was Not Like Us. This song was everywhere. Sporting events, commercials, clubs, restaurants, politics, weddings, daycares. None of this is hyperbole either. Literally go on social media and look for clips. You'll find them. It was the first diss track to spawn a lawsuit. It's also kind of funny that the last rap song to win Record and Song of the Year was a song that was supposed to be a Drake diss as well. Not Like Us winning Record and Song of the Year is almost symbolic in the fact that outside of it being a diss track, it also served as a cultural slogan. They not like us. They don't create moments like we do. They not like us. They don't have the sauce like we do. They not like us. They don't move the culture and society forward like we do. So at least to me, it's very fitting that the Grammys chose In Kind to acknowledge and validate that sentiment by having it beat out the Beatles and Taylor Swift. And it's just another notch on Kendrick's belt to underscore the hell of a run that he went on last year. He topped the charts with Not Like Us. He put on the Pop Out and united LA gangs on stage. He was announced to headline the Super Bowl halftime show, which is actually coming this weekend. He dropped his album GNX, which took over the Hot 100. He announced his stadium tour with SZA, and now adding 5 trophies to a grand total of 21 Grammy wins. Yeah, I don't ever want to hear about No Vaseline ever again. Not Like Us is the GOAT diss track. And also, while I'm at it, congratulations to SZA for her Grammy win. TDE is on a tear right now. But the biggest and the grandest win of the night went none other to the Queen Bee. Beyoncé, who was snubbed by the Country Music Awards, not only took home Best Country Album, but the long overdue honor of Album of the Year. The former is already a huge win because, like I said before, the CMAs, for whatever reason I'm certain has nothing to do with sound mind, deemed Cowboy Carter unworthy of a single nomination. The CMAs couldn't bother to acknowledge Cowboy Carter as a country album, but the Grammys did. I couldn't tell you if those other albums that were nominated in that category were better country albums than Cowboy Carter, but what I will say is Beyoncé winning in that category over Post Malone was super satisfying to me. Post Malone was one of those artists that used black music and black culture to get on, only to slowly distance himself away from it once he found no use for it anymore. Transitioned himself into a genre that, ironically enough, still was rooted in black culture. So for one of the greatest black artists of all time to beat him in a country category with an album that he was featured on as sort of a pawn in her cultural chessboard as she symbolically reclaimed the genre, sensational. Let's not forget, Renaissance won Best Dance Album at the 2023 Grammys. So she's 2 for 2 right now in her mission objective in her unfinished trilogy. But Beyoncé finally winning Album of the Year was the most satisfying thing of all. Being the second black woman to win Album of the Year since Lauryn Hill in 1999 and the 4th overall in history. Joining the ranks of Black Album of the Year winners like Stevie Wonder, Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston. Before this year, she had received 4 nominations in that category and never won one. So yeah, this is a big deal. Although I will say, in my opinion, while Cowboy Carter is a great album, she should have had one for Lemonade, or at the very least self-titled. It kind of felt like when Will Smith won his first Oscar for King Richard. Yeah, that was a great performance, but he should have already had one for Pursuit of Happiness or for at least Ali. But it just goes to show you that there is no set timelines for your wins. Will Smith is 56 years old and he won his first Oscar for Best Actor 3 years ago. Beyoncé was already the most awarded artist in Grammy history, and at age 43, she finally won an award that eluded her for so long. An award that underscores and helps to validate the years of hard work and dedication that she has to her craft. No matter when it happens and how much work you put in for however long it takes, your moment will arrive. What a way to kick off Black History Month. And last night's Grammys was exactly that. Black history.